We make the strings louder.
Alright guys, it is the next day. Taking a look at my handiwork, attempting to restore these little trim panels or whatever. You can see where I touched this stupid thing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sand that out, kind of wet sand these a little bit, give them a little scuff, and then try to spray them real quick just so I can maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna use production clear, and supposedly you could use it within like 2 or 3 hours, so we might be able to put the mirrors on tonight. Nonetheless, I'm gonna throw one of these mirrors up next to the car and actually see how it looks. Alright, so I mean that looks pretty good to me. That like the little bit of texture, I thought that it would look kind of weird, but honestly I think it looks just fine. You know, kind of gives it like an OEM style appearance to it, and it's nice and restored. So yeah, that should be good. So I guess I'm gonna go ahead and call a guy, see if he could come glue these things in. If not, I might have a little bit of the 3M window weld stuff, and I might be able to glue them in myself. But if not, I want to get them glued in tonight. But I do need to like polish the quarters and the door and all that stuff. So I guess the plan is paint the mirrors, then polish, then hopefully put the trim and all that stuff on. Oh man, I just love paint so much. So on this one over here, since I sanded through like to the plastic in certain spots, it did like a little wrinkle thing to me. So I was like, okay, I stuck it outside in the sun for like 30 minutes, came back in here, wet sand it with 600, hit it with some VAP like sealer primer stuff. But this one I was like, oh, we ain't gonna have any issue like, you know, with that, because it's covered in the U-Pol, and I didn't sand through the U-Pol, but I sanded through the U-Pol when I did that, and it went back to the plastics type of thing. So I didn't spray any of like the sealer on this one, and then now look what happened. Look at that. So this whole friggin' thing just wrinkled on me. That's that patented wrinkle finish right there. So yeah, gotta let it sit now, but silly paint. I'm going to paint those at the end of the night tonight, so that, you know, paint fumes and all that type of stuff. So David right now is wiring we found the wire plugging the factory harness over there, so that way we could actually have like a fuel level gauge, because that would be nice. So I'm going to go ahead and start wiping the car down, give it a little wash, and I'm going to buff the roof and this whole side right here, so that way I could actually put the trim pieces on it, I could put the window things in it, and then all that stuff will be good. The roof will be nice and buffed. You can still see there's like little dull spots and stuff. So hopefully this thing will be looking like a mirror by the end of the night. Alright, so David is helping me clean up some wiring, shortening things and extending things and routing stuff. So basically this whole thing right here is undercover now. Actually, hold on. And then so the wires going to it actually go through here, through the factory hole. So he wired the fuel temp, or the fuel sending unit. So hopefully the fuel sending unit should work. Yeah, we're gonna look at this. Does it look pretty, Dave? I mean, I already looked at it, but I thought it looked pretty. Yes, look at that. We got all the wires and everything ran. Secondary pump, all that stuff, and then this thing fits over it. Should we? I guess we should wait for the fuel pumps and then we could turn it on.
What do you mean fuel pumps?
Well, I want to see if the fuel gauge works.
The fuel pumps are wired up.
Oh, can we turn the key?
You just have to connect the...
Just that? Alright, let's try it. Let's see if it works. Ready? I think all you have to do is that one. You could just stick it on there. No, not even that one, just the white one.
The white one?
Yeah. It's not moving. It's not moving, Dave. The other thing is, we don't know if we blew any fuses or anything. Remember? Well, because the gauge cluster lights don't work anymore. So we'll have to check that. Oh, but I polished the roof. Holy crap, look at that. That's not too bad. I did the old 3-stage polish on it with the blue. So we have the number 1. This is pretty much number 2, and then this is the polish, and then we have the blue bottle right here. And this stuff is awesome. I don't know. It just gives it like that extra like 1% that you didn't even know it needed. All right, so just kind of finishing up with this side over here. Got the red polished up. I still need to do back below this fuel door. It kind of feels like there's a weird texture back there. So I need to go ahead and like clay bar that and maybe hit it with like 3000 grit or something, and then probably compound it a little bit more down there since I did a belligerent burnout and it was basically leaking fuel on it. But yeah, I basically did the top side of this thing. Man, it looks nice. It looks really nice. Yeah, it just looks like wet now. It's way different. So yeah, I guess now if I'm gonna is the time to paint the mirrors. If I'm gonna paint the mirrors, so I guess I'm gonna go ahead and maybe pull this guy out, try to get those sprayed. So I thought third time was a charm, but I guess maybe the fourth time is gonna be the charm. So you can see right here, this is what happened last night. So I was putting on that VAP, which is like a vinyl something primer, as a sealer to go over all this stuff before I did the regular base coat. And guess what? She wrinkled. So I'm gonna go ahead and sand that stuff. I went ahead and went to DNS today, and I got me a little bit of water-based base coat. And basically what that will do is provide like a solvent-proof barrier on that, so that way the solvent doesn't get down to the bottom and like re-liquefy the stuff that it wants. I don't know what it's doing. It's doing something stupid stuff. So I'm gonna scuff this one too. This one didn't have any issues, which is odd because that's the one that I didn't touch. But paint. Guys, you are never gonna believe how these mirrors turned out. I don't know. I have no clue. The white base coat was water based, and that was supposed to create like a layer. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what it is, because I think it's the solvent that is like kind of attacking whatever is underneath here, and it just doesn't like it. So we need to figure out the whole solvent situation, I guess. But man, I just can't believe it keeps doing that. It's like right on the face too, like not on the edges in the back. It's like on the big. This one did it almost everywhere, actually. Ah, man, I just can't freaking believe that. So I guess the mirrors are not getting painted tonight. I don't really feel like repainting them again and again and again tonight. So yesterday I did the buffing on this side of the car, and that turned out really, really good. I pulled it out in the sunlight today, and like, holy crap, there's not like a swirl or anything in it. So I'm really stoked on that. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this side of the car down right here, and go ahead and buff this side, and then we should be able to put the door handles on officially. So I'm gonna unbolt the door handle, and I guess officially bolt the mirrors on, but the mirror isn't, you know that situation. So, but the plan is I really, really, really want to get glass and the trim and that stuff on it, so that way I could actually like pull it outside, wash it, lock it, drive it somewhere, stuff like that. Dave was not even excited. I'm pretty excited. Look at this damn thing. I mean, you could, it's almost like if I was like looking at myself, like filming myself or filming David over there. Like, that's the friggin' side of the Supra. Like, that's not a mirror. Well, I mean, that's a little smudge right there. Hold on. I'll get that smudge out. There we go. No more smudge. And that little salt and pepper looking stuff you see, that's the metallic in it. Yeah, look at that. That is a full 3-stage polish. Basically, the quarter panels had a little bit of pigtails because I did DA this quarter panel with a 1500 grit, and then I sanded it with 2000, but I didn't fully get the little pigtails out when I was actually, sanding the orange peel out of it or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy that blue pad and the blue compound, or the blue like super fine polish or whatever, it just really adds like 5%, but that 5% is just like so much, like such a needed thing that you don't even know until like you actually do it. And it's crazy because pulling it outside in the sun, the other side today, literally you couldn't see any swirls at all in the black. And I mean, you could see how nice and shiny and deep and basically just wet looking it is. So yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do for tonight. So I'll be back tomorrow. Dave, what are you doing tomorrow? You continue?
Maybe painting.
Continue. So David he had some runs on his quarter panels on this thing, so he is going to be repainting this thing on Sunday. I'm going to be trying to get some more stuff done on this thing tomorrow, hopefully like the hood, get the windows and stuff in it tomorrow, and then I could kind of take it home while he does that thing. Yeah, I'm really stoked just looking at this. Day 2, Dave's sanding his thing. I got this thing all buffed last night, and I was almost going to turn that into a video, but I just can't do that to you guys. I'm just tired of like putting out like random videos of just getting like a half a thing done. So glue the windows in, install the trim pieces, install the door windows, the side things, and try to paint the mirrors today. Maybe put the side skirts on, do a little bit of buffing on those, as well as these things and the hood. So we're gonna hopefully make the Supra look like a freaking Supra today. And I guess that's freaking it. We got some daylight. It's actually kind of cool in the shop. It's like 90 degrees outside today. We almost were gonna fire up the portico, but it's actually pretty cool if you leave the door closed. So we're just gonna hammer some stuff out. See how far we get. Alright, friggin' windows are in it now. Basically all I did was use this, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Alright, this is some 3M window weld super fast urethane. So I believe this is like a primerless type of stuff. I hope it's a primerless type of stuff. But anyhow, I just scuffed that up with a gray Scotch-Brite where it was bonding. Cut the tip so it kind of goes down in like a nice little V. So it kind of gives you like a little teepee to kind of squish the glass against. And then I have this little thing. It's like a really, really old, it's a power cock. It uses 4 C batteries, I know. But that thing is like essential to the operation. Because if you guys have ever tried like caulking a window, this stuff comes out, it's like super hard and it's hard to get it consistent. Whereas having a power one is just, it's so nice. It almost like pushes itself along as long as you kind of have that bead right, and you just kind of stack a nice little layer all the way around, stick it on there. So hopefully this stuff, I don't know exactly how long it takes to cure. I'm assuming tomorrow should be perfectly fine to drive it and stuff. Yeah, looks nice. So now I'm going to go ahead and install the windows in the doors, and then this little, actually probably the window trim first, the OEM window sills that I bought, and just keep trucking along. So this is one of the things that they don't tell you about when you're building a car. So you can see right here, that's a nice riveted on piece. And then over here, there's not a nice riveted on piece. So basically, the one that this one right here, the good one, had broken tabs. So I went ahead and stole them off of the one that was twisted. So now, we just gotta come over here. I already did this one, because both sides were broken. So yeah, now I just gotta rivet that guy on there, and then I'll be able to actually screw this on, because I got the window in it, and we're making some progress. And the door handle, and the lock. Holy crap. So we are, we're actually making a little bit of progress. Today has definitely taken a lot of time, a lot of little finicky, tiny little things. I don't know, like I had a little bit too much primer in between where this thing went, and the lock didn't sit flush, so this thing didn't sit flush, so I had to grind some stuff down. Just a bunch of little tiny finicky things, as well as adjusting these windows. Dave helped me adjust the windows to get them to kind of line up properly over here and right there, and they're still kind of doing weird things. But yeah, really stoked. Weather stripping, little trim, all that stuff. The windows and everything are glued in. They go up and down. The speakers work. The door panels are on. But I don't have any freaking mirrors, so I seriously don't know what is up with those mirrors. I'm blaming the Raptor liner because that stuff doesn't really like get hard, I guess, it doesn't fully cure for like 7 days or something. So I guess that's kind of my mistake for using that as a sealer. I thought it would kind of be more so of like a kind of like a primer or something like that. So paint, you live and you learn. So I think the only other thing that there's a lot of things I want to do tonight. I wanted to actually get the hood cowl and the wiper mechanism in. I'll probably do that real quick, and then I want to buff the hood and install the hood on this thing so that we actually have kind of a Supra looking type of thing. And then obviously I still need to buff the front bumper and the side skirts, but that'll come later. And then paint the stupid mirrors, which that's I don't even know what to think about that. But I'm gonna do this. We'll see how that goes, and then see if I have time to buff the hood and everything and get that installed tonight. Alright, so that is going to be it for tonight. I didn't really do anything else other than kind of clean up my mess a little bit, put all the buffing stuff away, put all the wiring stuff away. Kind of got it ready so that David, I think, is planning on painting the quarter panels on this thing tomorrow. So just kind of, getting all my crap out of the way. So, you can see that stuck the side skirt on it, and what else did we do? Oh, the little wiper cowl. So I need to paint that, and then I guess that's about it. But I mean, overall, I'm pretty damn stoked. I mean, we have a freaking door panel in here. I put a little speaker cover on that. I changed the switch. Everything goes up and down and seems to work properly. The only thing is those stupid freaking mirrors. So I did narrow it down. So you know how you're supposed to fight fire with fire. The issue was underneath here, I used that Raptor liner. And then so what I did is I just sprayed it with a little bit of like lacquer thinner or like some gun cleaner, and it basically just melted it all away. So you can see how that's all gross and nasty, kind of like salt and pepper. And I believe this is just the plastic, so that's just the white plastic. So I'm gonna have to pull these things completely apart so that I can get down in that seam and paint them real nice and get them all, well, basically sand them all the way down smooth, hit them with some actual sealer with no Raptor liner underneath. And again, the reason I did that is because it doesn't fully harden. I haven't touched this one yet. You can see it only wrinkled right there on the top of it, but I don't know, silly. I don't know why I did that, but I guess you live and you learn. So hopefully David has good luck painting this thing tomorrow. I'm gonna spend the day with Jamie and the baby. That's a freaking Supra. Look at that thing. Holy crap, it looks a lot better with the front bumper and the side skirts on with the 20s on it. I do like that it has a lot of ride height to it, just because we have a lot of dips and bumps and driveways and stuff around here. And I don't want to rip off that bumper or the side skirt or do any of that stuff. And I want to be able to monster truck it around. Still not sure if I want to put the little rear spat thing on it. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty stoked. The speakers sound a lot better. I ended up using some of those little DEI boom mats that go around them, or it's like an enclosure for them. But yeah, windows are in, all that stuff's in. Brand new OEM freaking seals on them. I mean, there's nothing better than brand new stuff. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Appreciate you guys watching, and I guess stay tuned, because the next video we should be getting damn close.